Welcome to DRAWGA, the show where we take your dumb suggestions
and make an even dumber story.
Getting better.
That was pretty close to one of the other voices I did. I should have.
You gotta practice.
I gotta practice more.
I think you need to just keep improving. 10,000. You gotta 10,000 times.
Gotta Malcolm Gladwell it.
That's true. Gotta go full Gladwell, and that'll make me a Glad Caldwell. That's how that works. So guys,
that's what you call yourself when you're glad. You call yourself Gladwell.
I call myself Malcolm Gladwell. I just call myself that. Guys, here's what happened last time on the show. We met Drop once more.
But he was old.
He was old, and he had an army of zombie carrots at his beck and call. And we chose. We looked at the straw poll, and it seems like we chose to apologize.
It was close, guys. It was for a while. It looked like we were gonna kiss Gruyere.
Mm-hmm. Oh man!
But
for the longest time.
For the longest time, but I think you guys found your conscience, and you were like, you know what? It was kind of shitty of us to throw Drop into this goat's mouth, and make him live there for. I mean, you at the time you just thought he was probably gonna die. You didn't realize he would have to spend an entire lifetime.
They didn't understand the Narnia deal, and that's okay.
Yeah, it was a whole Narnia deal.
Anyway.
is what it was revealed last episode. But yeah, the votes are in, and we're apologizing. We're saying sorry.
So Nate? Do you want to take us through what happens while I draw this?
Okay, so you're there. You're there, you're staring down.
They know that.
Staring down, but...
They know they're there.
Okay, so you're physically there,
yes,
inside the goat.
Right.
Do you know that?
I know that.
Okay.
Everyone's fully on board with that.
Right.
That's good.
Great. And Drop is just... He's grinding his teeth. He's wringing his hands. He's ready to get some sweet revenge. And he's
grinding his teeth. He's wringing his hands. He's soaking his feet.
He's
whipping his nose. He's doing all the things you do.
He's whipping it. He's scratching his eyeball a little, in between hand wringings, and you're just like, hey man, can I be real with you for a sec? That was dicked up of me, what I did back there.
It was a little bit.
It was not cool.
It was super not cool.
I accept that, and I totally understand if you want to kill me and Gruyere with an army of carrots. Gruyere goes, I don't see why I should have to die. It wasn't my idea at all.
I like Drop a lot. We went to high school together. We were in improv class.
We took improv class together.
We completed 401.
Drop is not amused by this little side bit. But look, Drop, buddy, oh pal. We all make mistakes. You've had a lifetime to reflect on the mistakes that I've made. Probably been waiting for this moment for a long time, but don't do it, man. We can work together. We can salvage this.
Yes.
And Drop, he thinks about it. He thinks. He grinds his teeth some more. He wrings his hands some more, and he goes, all right.
But under one condition.
Under one condition. That's what I was going to say.
You got it. Go ahead.
It's fortuitous that you came here. My original plan was to just have the carrots eat you, and then take Gruyere. But there's this weird hole in the wall, shaped exactly like an onion. And we haven't been able to figure out what we're supposed to do with it. Now that Gruyere's here,
we tried taking a bunch of carrots.
We tried squishing a bunch of carrots into it in the shape of an onion. It doesn't seem to be just the shape. It seems to. I think it might need an actual onion.
I think it might have something to do with how bad onions smell. Sorry, Gruyere. Just
Just your presence here seems to have stirred something within the goat.
Something deep
and
ancient.
A feeling I have not felt in ages, and so
2 months specifically. Beets do not live long.
This is what I would have looked like in 2 months. Probably a little less haggard because, you know, I would have been taking better care of myself, probably eating better meals. But, you know, you make do. Look, guys.
Can't get good dirt down here. That's, I guess, what I eat.
I'm still pretty pissed off, but I'm not gonna kill you.
Oh, thanks, man.
But Gruyere, you gotta stand in this onion hole.
Gruyere's like, I'll stand in a hole. That sounds pretty good. But Gruyere does not realize that the hole, it's a bit of a.
It looks kind of like a chokey.
It's a bit of a chokey. It's a bit of a
a little bit of
an Iron Maiden.
It doesn't really have room for his limbs.
No, that's gonna be.
They're sort of sticking out. He gets in there. He's not feeling super great.
No, about any of this.
He's kind of wishing you'd kissed him. To be honest, but he's like, that's fine. I'll
water under the bridge.
I was hoping for a kiss, but I guess we're not getting eaten by zombie carrots.
Beggars can't be smoochers, as they say.
I've been saving that one. I used that one on my wife a lot, but I figured you're a new audience, so I'd try it out on you.
It's Drop always liked it back in our improv days.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to be like super jokey in improv. You're supposed to, more sort of do good scene work.
It's apples to oranges or beets to onions in this case, I suppose.
You do those nods to the audience, and we wouldn't really. We'd sort of take you out of the scene.
I see.
I'd be trying to set up like a base reality.
Well, you say tomato, I say tomato. So, whatever.
I can't stay mad at you. You have such a funny way of talking.
I love you. I missed you, Drop.
Oh, and they hug. And then Drop, in the midst of the hug, Drop sort of turns and just pushes him in.
Yep.
Into
deep
that
into
hole.
this weird hole. So what happens?
What happens?
I'll show you. So I'm drawing basically. This is like after he's been crushed in the hole a little bit. The door is slid back open.
You tell and I'll show.
All right.
For this next part.
So he gets pushed into the hole, and then this thing squeezes him a little bit, and you can see he's kind of like
you hear.
Yeah.
You smell. It smells extra oniony.
It's like it's basically like the onion is being juiced. So he's looking a little like withered.
Get that tasty onion juice.
Onions are prized for their juice, and he has been fully juiced.
Do you think that's gonna be the next thing, the next health craze?
I think
gonna be
absolutely,
like onion juice.
It's like, if you're on a cleanse, if you just want
get on that onion cleanse, dude.
Are you on the onion cleanse? It's the best way to get. Much like onions, you're gonna want to. It will reinvigorate your skin, and it will also just make your poops crazy. You're gonna get crazy poops.
You're gonna get crazy poops.
Mm-hmm. So I think what's gonna happen here is you can see like there's this little trellis. I think it's a trellis.
I wish you'd asked me beforehand. I have no idea what.
Well, anyway, this trellis, this Trevor has filled with onion juice, and it's running along here, and that actually leads into the. You can't see it, but it leads into these clockwork gears elsewhere. And what that does...
You hear a whirring. You hear a sputtering.
A whirring, a churring.
A clamoring, a clattering.
A full-on clatter, and a spatter. And then a panel emerges from the wall right here. And Nathan's going to draw what's on the panel. I'm going to just add a little bit of this roof here so people... Just in case you forgot where we were, still in a goat.
We're still in a goat.
Still deep inside
a giant metal goat. As
and while Nathan
just another day in the old goat.
So while Nathan's drawing this,
Mondays, right?
I guess I have no idea what day it is. It could be any day because we live here and it's awful and it always has been. So I'm gonna put a little symbol up here. Just so people that's how they knew. They saw this symbol.
They saw the symbol and then also the shape of the hole in the wall. The symbol is just a smaller version of the thing.
It's basically like the way IKEA works. It's just very intuitive. Like you
So
really
intuitive.
You couldn't miss it.
And just a bunch of golf pencils.
All right, do you wanna draw?
There's no
this panel?
shortage of golf pencils.
This is a very well crafted torture device. Gruyere, how you doing, buddy? I've been better. I feel a lot thinner actually. I feel like I've lost weight. I feel good. I feel great. I feel like I was carrying around a lot of extra juice weight as onions do. So this panel spins around, and while this thing is spinning, it spins very slowly. Drop looks at you. Drop does not seem especially happy with you still. He's still holding a bit of a grudge because you were the one that threw him in. You guys don't have a history. You guys have taken 0 improv classes together.
Yeah, no improv classes.
So he looks at you and he's like, well, Gruyere's off the hook, but I don't really need you anymore. I kind of know what's going on here. My buddy Angus, he's a carrot. Maybe you saw him before. He's kind of filled me in. So you've yet to prove yourself to me, honestly. I don't think there's anything that you could really do at this point to save yourself. But you know better. Fully better that there is. And I think people in our audience knew as well, especially Jamie Lawton and Thomas Durfee, 2 people that submitted more rap lyrics.
I like your last name, Thomas Durfee. It sounds like someone trying to say Drawfee, but
Getting punched in the stomach.
Durfee! I was just watching some Durfee.
Just watching some Durfee! But anyway, what's going to happen now is Nathan's going to provide me a beat, and I'm going to do a quick apology
Here we go.
rap. A quick apology rap to our friend Drop.
Okay, here it goes.
Hit me up with that sweet, sweet beat. Yo, my boy Drop, it's been a while, I see. It seems like you had to survive on peat and dirt from the ground and rust and spit. I really don't understand how you give a shit anymore, but I'll say that today's the day. We're getting out of here. Your debt is paid. I apologize for throwing you in this goat's mouth. It was a big old sin, and so now, let's hug it out. And then let's get out. Let's get out of this goat. Let's do it. Thank you for that wonderful beat, Nathan. That was wonderful. That was I liked how it was consistent and the pacing was good. Let's go back to the story. What have you drawn?
Well, I've drawn
Well, it looks like 3 symbols.
three buttons.
I don't want to delve too much into them, but I think that this might be what our next challenge is. Our next
Decision,
if you will.
because because that Drop just he hadn't heard a beat
No.
in so long. He'd forgotten his purpose.
And now, fresh in his mind, he looks at you and he says,
His wrinkles almost seem to
"Melt away."
start to melt away.
They don't though. He's still super old.
He's still pretty old. Like we said, beats age very quickly.
But he's like, "Wow, that was takes me back. That was pretty great."
Takes me back to when we first met. You really won my respect. I was hoping we could talk and hang out and stuff, but you threw.
Secretly, I always thought you were pretty cool and great, and
That's why it hurt so much more when you threw me in here.
yeah, I just kind of like if your best friend like invited one friend to a concert and didn't invite the other one, and like it's probably just because of tickets and like timing and whatever, but
Yeah.
still it hurt.
But instead of not inviting the other one, you also pushed him off of a cliff or something.
That also happened. This combination of events. So we got these 3 buttons here. I guess we got to press 1.
It looks like we got a butt, a mouth, and
a
a brain.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been down here a long time. I haven't seen anything like this. Haven't really been trying though. Got pretty depressed after you pushed me in that goat. I will be real with you. I'm still a little peeved, still a little PO'd about that, but you've proven yourself to me.
We're gonna work through it.
We're gonna work through this. So let's get out of here, then I'll explain what's been going on. So now's the chance, guys. You got 3 buttons.
You got butt button,
Mouth
button,
brain button.
brain button.
And that's it. You
Those are
gotta
your
choose.
choices.
Guys, this has been
I have another straw poll for you
Yep.
to vote.
anything else?
I mean, keep writing your own versions of the story.
Yeah, we
in
always
the
like
comments.
seeing-
Those are
Whisperwind had a great one this
there's
week.
some epic ones. Just really good, much better writing than
It's
we're
almost like
doing.
you're sitting down and thinking it out.
Yeah, which is great.
Impressive.
Very cool.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And as Greer might say, we are very sorry.